Hey guys. First off, I'm going to ask that you forgive me. I'm tired. It's been a long day, a hard day at work, and a lot of thinking and stuff. So I'm just a little mentally disheveled. I'm kind of exhausted. Going to stumble a lot more than usual. So I apologize ahead of time for that. I hope you can bear with me on that. What's kind of got me in this little kerfuffle is when I was at work today, I saw the news from Christchurch, New Zealand. Somebody thought that it would be a good idea to go off and shoot a bunch of Muslims while they're in their mosques. Um, it it kind of got me was thinking like I want to do a video today, and sorry, I was just thinking, there were children that died in this. I was gonna do a different video today on something totally different, and I thought, well, I gotta do something relating to this. And initially I was gonna do like a gun control video in New Zealand and talk about gun laws and crime rates and stuff like that. And I thought, well, that's been done to death before this happened, and it's gonna be done by a lot more people who are probably more qualified than I am to do that. And so that would be a pointless waste of time, waste of video. So I was waffling a lot, not really sure where to go and what to record. I did want to definitely do something today, specifically, at least because I haven't recorded yesterday. And I was thinking, I don't identify much with the people directly. I mean, one, they're of a different faith than me. They're in a whole nother country. It's hard to say, oh, yeah, I really identify directly. It doesn't mean and I don't ideologically agree with the Muslim faith. Yeah, it doesn't mean that I'm not sad by it, that I'm not affected. But I do feel a little distant from the tragedy by location and by ideology. I'm sure if just down the street a bunch of white Christian males were killed, I'd feel a lot more sad. It's not to try to diminish the tragedy. I just want to let you guys know kind of where I stand. And it did get me thinking that when I was thinking about that too was like about religion and kind of how I came to my faith, to try to understand more how and why I feel that way. And I realized when I was a young adult, I did like a year-long study, hippie journey, whatever you want to call it, on as many religions as I get my hands on. I wasn't working at the time, so I had plenty of free time to do this. And I was in an area, even though I didn't have a car, I had access to a lot of different, diverse cultures and people. I was able to talk to people of different faiths and stuff. And I had the internet, so I was able to learn and read books and all kinds of stuff. But the one thing that I really didn't learn as much as I could have was the Muslim faith. And I was thinking, well, this is a good opportunity to use one of my ideas for a video, more of like a series of videos than just a single one-off. Was record myself talking about a topic that I think I know a fair bit about, or at least more than the average person does. Spend some time really researching, really studying, focusing on that singular topic, learning all that I can, and then trying to seek out some experts on the topic, somebody that actually considers himself to be an expert, and not just one, but maybe a couple, maybe even record our conversations, whatever it is. And then do another video where I do the exact same thing, where I talk about a topic and then I compare and contrast and see what's different, and talk about what I learned, what may have changed in me ideologically, not just on that topic, but other topics as well. And this is a really good opportunity to do that. And it's also kind of required that I do, because if I'm going to sit here and, say, be honest and have integrity and don't be afraid to be an asshole, then I kind of have to, because if I don't, and I know I have this lack of knowledge, then I'm being unfair, I'm being dishonest, I don't have integrity, and I'm afraid to be an asshole. And I do want to clarify, in case you're curious or don't know what I mean by being an asshole. My friends know what I mean, but obviously you guys don't. It's not being mean for the sake of being mean. It's not being a jerk. It's not being, a jock or a douche. It's not being afraid of saying something that might give somebody else distress, that might trigger somebody, that might offend. Not being afraid to do it, but also only doing it when it serves a different purpose than just to get someone riled up. So asking tough questions of people that know better than you, maybe, but asking some questions can be offensive. But that's okay. I think that's okay if it's framed right. And I think not enough people are really brave enough to ask those types of questions. So the reason why I'm specifying about being an asshole, what I mean by that is, if you're watching this video and you saw that, I do have a favor to ask. Unfortunately, while I do have a car now, I don't have really direct access like I would like to mosques, to religious centers for the Muslim faith, even today. So, and even if I did, and I'm sure I can find something closer than just my little small area, and I'm willing to make the trips. But even if I did, I don't just want to talk to imams. I want to talk to people in the faith, individuals, and get a better understanding. And so this is kind of a call out to anybody who is a practicing Muslim. I don't care how dedicated you are or not. All I really do ask is that you have thick skin, that you're prepared to answer some maybe hard questions, because I'm going to ask some things and say, how do you justify X with Y? And to try to get a better idea. I'm going to try to be as fair as possible, obviously. And I'm not going to berate or belittle you personally. Now, if you can't handle your religion being berated or belittled, then don't contact me, please. But if you can, and you think that it would be a good experience for you and for me, then leave a comment. Prefer you leave a message just to keep it private. I'm definitely willing to, I promise I will not share any information that you give me about personal stuff. I won't post any of the comments unless for some legal reason I have to. Any conversation that you and I have, give you my word as a gentleman, that unless legally I have to, I will not release that information at all. Unless you want me to. If you prefer to only talk to me if I share every detail of our conversation, then I will do whatever I can to make sure that anything we talk about is shared in some way, shape, or form. If you prefer not, I'm perfectly happy to just not even mention you personally or anything else. In any level of that, any kind of degree, if you want to be quoted, I'll quote you. If you don't want to be quoted, I won't quote you. Certainly fair. So, that being said, I really appreciate you guys listening to this. And anyone that's willing to do that, I do appreciate your time. Thank you very much. And I hope all of you listening to this, all of you watching this, will do me one huge favor. Have a fantastic day. End of video.